We recently returned from Bulgaria's #1 tourist destination, Sunny Beach.
Now, if you've clicked this video, the chances are you're planning a trip to Sunny Beach and you're probably wondering how much it's going to cost.
In this video, we'll break down the prices in Sunny Beach. That way you'll know exactly what you should be spending on your holiday.
But before we get into it, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for all of our future uploads.
So let's get into the video.
So if you didn't know, Bulgaria uses their own currency which is called Lev. So for the purpose of this video, we are actually going to use Lev, but we will put the conversion at the bottom of the screen.
First up is accommodation. Now, Sunny Beach has so many accommodation options with plenty of beachfront hotels for you to choose from. We stayed at the Ivana Palace. The Ivana Palace is a 3-star hotel. It was lovely and it had all the essentials that we needed. We managed to find a fantastic deal, especially considering it was August, right in the middle of peak summer season. We paid 1,565 Lev for 2 people for a 10-night stay, which included breakfast.
The breakfast was simple but very convenient, with a buffet offering the likes of coffee, cereal, toasts and eggs. Now, we didn't eat here every morning as eating out is incredibly affordable and there are plenty of good options nearby, which we will go through later in the video.
Our room was a double room and we had a balcony that overlooked the pool. There was also a bit of closet space for hanging clothes and the bathroom featured a lovely shower. There were 2 pools, a small one for the kids and a larger one for everyone else. There were plenty of sun loungers and the pool bar served really cheap beers and cocktails. It was open late, which was a nice perk, plus the hotel was just a 10-minute walk from the main strip and the beach at Sunny Beach.
The Ivana Palace is kind of middle of the road when it comes to hotels. I'm sure you could get it cheaper than this price, and I'm also sure that you'll be paying a little bit more for one of those fancy beachfront hotels. So yeah, the Ivana Palace is kind of just in between, really cheap and really expensive.
Next up, the most important thing, the food. Now, breakfast prices can vary depending on what you want to do. At the Ivana Palace, breakfast was included, but it wasn't really that great, so on a few occasions we would head out to pick up some breakfast.
If you're an on-the-go person, you can pick up a tasty pastry for about 4 Lev. If you pair that with a coffee, all in all breakfast will cost you about 6 Lev. That's actually not a bad start to the day.
Stuff like this is why I love being back in the Balkans.
Now, if you fancy sitting at a beachfront restaurant, you will pay a little bit more. But of course you get to eat in a lovely setting right on the beach. For something like this, you can expect to pay about 20 Lev per person.
And in places slightly away from the beach, you can even pay cheaper again. For example, we visited a place close to our hotel and we picked up a couple of omelettes with some coffee and a bottle of water for about 25 Lev. Now, that was for the 2 of us. For dinner, you have a lot of options with restaurants everywhere in Sunny Beach.
Now, if you fancy a late lunch / early dinner, you can get something like this for about 15 Lev. Our total for this was about 30 Lev, but it also included a couple of drinks like bottled water and a soft drink. So we thought that was a really good price.
In most of the restaurants along the strip, you'll obviously pay a little bit more, but then again, there usually is entertainment too, so you are paying a little bit more for the atmosphere as well. For example, a dinner like this, you'll roughly pay around 30 Lev. This price usually included a beer as well. We also went to another restaurant on the strip and paid 22 Lev for these enchiladas, and for some peri peri chicken you can expect to pay around 25 Lev. In that particular restaurant you could get some Asian rice dishes for around 25 Lev.
So to summarise, I think you'd be paying between 20 to 30 Lev for a meal along the strip and about 15 Lev for a meal just off the strip. For little snacks on the go, especially at night time, you can pick up a pizza slice for about 5 Lev.
Next up, we're going to talk about alcohol prices. Drinks are also very affordable, especially with happy hour. In fact, happy hour actually ran all day, every day. Happy hour prices on cocktails was usually about 15 Lev for 2. However, only a select few of cocktails were available during happy hour.
Now, if you wanted a cocktail that wasn't available on the happy hour specials, you would pay between 12 to 15 Lev depending on the cocktail. For a large pint of local beer, you can expect to pay about 5 Lev. With imported beers, they range from about 7 Lev to 12 Lev. On our trip, we stuck to local beers and happy hour cocktails.
No matter where we went, we generally pay the same prices, which we thought was just really affordable. But to give you an even better idea of prices, here are some prices in a very nice beach club along the strip. Prices here will be a little more expensive than the cheaper parts of the strip. Cheers.
Thank you.
The local beer is actually really nice. You can get it really cheap as well. I think we paid 4.90 Lev for the small one, and then for the big large beer is 5.90 lev. So there's only like 1 lev in the difference between the small and the large, but I don't know, we just prefer to drink out of the smaller glasses. I think it stays nice and cold and it's just nicer to drink. But I'll go through some of the prices here. So for cocktails, there's no 2 for 1 on in this bar in particular, but they're 15 lev. They all seem to be 15 lev, so that's about €7.50, and they do your usual like pina colada, strawberry daiquiri, Long Island iced tea, peach aperol. What else do we have then? Onto beers and ciders. So as I said earlier, yeah, the small beer is 4.90 lev, and then for a large beer is 5.90 lev. That's the local beer. Then if you were to pay for an imported beer, so for example a bottle of Heineken is 9 lev. So yeah, it's a lot dearer. Still alright, it works out about €4.50. A Guinness then is 12 lev 50. So yeah, that's expensive. A bottle of Corona then is 10.50 lev. So again, an imported beer, you're going to pay a little bit more for it. But we would recommend the local beer, it's really nice. That's our opinion anyway. What else do we have then? A vodka and a mixer, 6.90 lev. Whiskey, a bourbon, 9.50 lev. A Bailey's is 7.90 lev. So yeah, that'll give you an idea. And again, like, look at the setting, we're sitting literally right on the beach. So we just think it's really, really affordable.
So yeah, Samantha was going through the prices there. They're very, very reasonable. However, you still can get them cheaper in different parts of Sunny Beach. Just we're paying, I suppose, for the location here and the fact that we're right on the beach, and it's a very, very nice bar. So we're probably paying that extra bit more for that.
Now, when it comes to activities, there is loads of options. We would highly recommend visiting one of the nearby water parks.
We chose the Nessabar Aqua Park. The entrance fee for the water park was 68 lev per person. Water parks are so much fun and they're always a really fun day out. The Nessabar Aqua Park had plenty of slides for all ages. They also had some pool bars, which was nice to sit and relax, and they also had some restaurants and food stalls to get something to eat after all that fun.
For example, if you fancy a large pizza slice with a drink, you'll pay around 8 lev. Also, when entering the water park, you are given a wristband. You then add money to your wristband before entering, so you'll use this wristband to basically pay for anything inside the water park. Anything you don't spend, you will just get back when you return the band.
We also got the bus to the aqua park, and it cost 3 lev each. We had small kids with us and they were able to ride the bus free of charge. Another trip that we'd highly recommend is a trip to the old town of Nessabar. Again, we took the bus, which cost us 3 lev per person, and it took around 20 minutes.
Nessabar is definitely worth a visit and a beautiful, charming town. We enjoyed walking around and exploring and taking in the lovely, relaxed atmosphere. There's plenty of cafes and gift shops, as well as plenty of bars and restaurants. For a coffee in Nessabar, you can pay anywhere from a variety of different prices. Okay, so just looking at prices here. So far, actually, we found Bulgaria to be very, very cheap. You can get an espresso, a regular for 3 lev. You get an Americano for 4 lev. For a cappuccino, you'll pay 5 lev. Latte is 5.50 lev. Flat white 6 lev. Then they do like hot chocolates and teas. You can get a tea there for 3 lev. I think we're looking for something cold, is that right? I never remember the names of them. Ice latte?
Nice latte.
A nice latte, yeah. So that's going to be 6.50 lev.
That's so good. Like at home we pay probably €7 for a nice fancy coffee. This is like quite a fancy coffee place.
Yeah, yeah.
If you go to a really nice cafe like we did, you'll get yourself a lovely iced latte for about 7.50 lev.
We paid 15 lev for 2.
Wow. Dinner up in Nessabar can be a little bit more expensive than Sunny Beach. For example, for this meal right here, we paid around 80 lev, so it worked out about 40 lev each.
So all that came to 78 lev. So that was the pizza that I got and the Bulgarian dish that Samantha got, and we got a plate of chips between us. We also had 4 beers, 2 each, and a bottle of water. So 78 level, I think that was a decent price.
Now we also have a list here of just miscellaneous stuff, like just kind of random things that we're just going to name the prices of.
Starting with the transfer from the airport to Sunny Beach. That cost us 30 lev return per person. Now we do have to mention that we travelled with a group of 14 people, so that could have impacted the cost.
Taxis are priced generally okay. We paid about 40 lev for a taxi from Nessabar to Sunny Beach. Now there is buses that run to and from Sunny Beach to Nessabar. I think the last one is about midnight. Also around that time I think the gap between them gets a bit longer, so I think it's every 45 minutes for the last couple of hours, so we decided to just get a taxi in that case. But yeah, it cost about 40 lev.
We actually did a little bit of haggling for that because he did start at 60 lev and we were like, no way. But he went down to 40 lev, so that's just a tip as well. If you are getting a taxi, just try haggle with them. These cool electric Hummers are also available to rent. For 60 minutes they charge 80 lev and you can drive them around Sunny Beach.
For the bungee ball, if you're mad enough to do it, will cost you about 15 lev. We didn't do it.
Well, I would have.
I would have as well. I was waiting on you.
I was waiting on you.
Next time, Sunny Beach.
For jet skis, you can get about 20 minutes for 30 lev. Now, we do travel a lot and we've done jet skis before, and this is the cheapest price we've seen.
Another one on the miscellaneous list is McDonald's. Now, we didn't actually get McDonald's when we were over there, but we know some people who did, and they also said that the price of McDonald's in Sunny Beach was crazy money. We've also posted some content to Instagram and TikTok, and even in the comment section, people are like, don't eat McDonald's in Sunny Beach because it's crazy expensive.
It's like double the price.
Another one on the random list is the use of toilets. You may have to pay 1 lev to use them, even if you're in a restaurant or a bar and you're a customer. And for example, if you ask to use the toilet, you will be directed to these sort of outside toilets along the beach, and you do have to pay 1 lev. It's a bit weird, but it's a little annoying as well because you do need cash for them. But yeah, that's the price of the toilets.
So next up is football jerseys. By the way, there's actually loads of shops that sell these. That's why we're talking about this. So you can pay as cheap as 25 lev and as dear as 60 lev. You might be able to haggle the price down. And just FYI, some of them are really good copies. Generally, we felt the clothes markets were extremely cheap, probably the cheapest we've seen. You can get decent copies of handbags for 25 lev.
If you're a smoker, you can pay about 6 lev for a packet of cigarettes.
So that leads us to the end of our video. We hope we covered everything, and if we didn't and you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below and we'll answer them.
We actually did 2 videos of our time in Sunny Beach and Nessa Bar, so we'll actually link them in the video description so you could go and check them out.
So if you liked the video, please do give it a thumbs up because it does support our channel. You can also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified for all of our future uploads. So once again, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one.